The mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, is running for president as a Republican, as we've talked about on the show, but he's not someone I've spent a whole lot of time discussing. But there is one really notable part of his candidacy when it comes to the trouble, the issue with it. And it's something a lot of Republicans seem to be dealing with right now, prominent Republicans, which is a whole lot of legal troubles, investigations. And Francis Suarez has that exact thing going on as he enters this GOP primary field. Maybe that helps with Republicans. I don't really know. We will see. But this has to do with accusations against him that the FBI is investigating of him being bribed. And we'll walk through the specifics on this in a moment and then get to a clip of him being confronted on this subject and responding to the news about this investigation. But I have to say, I had some of y'all ask why I didn't talk about it, because it was really, really notable and brutal and viral. The clip of him not knowing who the Uyghur Muslims were in China, it was too cringy. When I watched it once, I couldn't do it, and so I couldn't even bear to cover it on the show. But he had quite a gaffe there. So his candidacy is not off to a great start. But with that being said, here's a little bit of reporting on this, then we'll get to that clip of him being confronted on the subject. Miami's Republican Mayor Francis Suarez talks about how he announced his run for president, and then notes that despite an ongoing investigation into payments he allegedly received from a real estate developer to push a project, his presidential bid comes amid allegations that he received payments from developer Rishi Kapoor to help with permitting issues standing in the way of a $70 million project in Coconut Grove, the Miami Herald first reported, then jumping over to the Miami Herald. In his first term as mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez increased his personal net worth fivefold as he used his public office to court technology and real estate companies eyeing business opportunities in the Magic City. Financial disclosures filed annually with the city and state show Suarez's net worth increased from $245,015 to $1,338,551 between mid-2017 and the end of 2021, but the records do not provide an income breakdown, obscuring important details that could provide insight into the mayor's expanding wealth, which does not appear to factor in any increased value of his three properties, but includes $750,000 sitting in a bank account at the time of his last disclosure. So that's definitely interesting. And then with the knowledge that he's being investigated for this being corrupt and not just him getting more wealthy is very, very interesting. And here's him getting asked about this.
I have to ask you about this report in the Miami Herald. According to that paper, you're currently under FBI investigation for monthly payments you received from a Florida developer. They are looking into if those payments were bribes. Are you at all concerned about this investigation?
No, not at all. I'm sorry. I don't mean to diminish it in any way. I've been a public official, a working public official for 13 years. I'm allowed to have a private sector job. Obviously, I'm not getting paid to do anything inappropriate for a private sector company. Whoever wants to investigate me is welcome to do so.
I have
to say, we don't know if these are going to be proven, if he's going to be charged or anything like that. So this isn't really judging the merits of the case. We'll see how it progresses. But just that response, Trump should take a lesson from. That's a much better response than what we see a lot of times from people when they get asked about their legal troubles in politics. Because it'll be, it's all a witch hunt and it's terrible and, it's bogus. And he just says, investigate it, but I promise I'm innocent, even though we don't know if that's the case, of course. And it is very concerning, the information being alleged here. And then the other thing that really hit me on this, why are mayors allowed to have other jobs? That's horrible. I think any of these really important positions, we should, as taxpayers, make sure, and I think they are in the case of the Miami mayor, but every position where this could apply, a situation, a conflict of interest like this could come up, pay them the proper amount, make sure they have plenty of money on that front to live comfortably, and then make sure it's banned to have any other sources of income. That's my belief. Same thing with Congress members. It's bonkers that they can be trading stocks whenever they have all this inside information. All that should just be gone. You can be paid a good amount, but then nothing else should be going into your pockets, because then things like this pops up where he could have been getting paid to make certain decisions, and that is what he's being investigated for by the FBI, and that's really, really troubling, and we don't want that with our political leaders.